I'm so sorry that this is coming so late. It's been a crazy month. My cat actually had kittens last week, and we actually didn't even know she was pregnant until like 4 days before she had them. So it's been quite crazy. And then I'm pretty sick, so yeah, here we go. I'm so sorry we're 3 days late, but I guess better late than never. Okay, first we're gonna get our piece of tape. We're gonna do the bottom off here. Okay, and then we're gonna take our tan and use any brush you want. You can use a big one, little one. I'm gonna go in with this one. Okay. Then now you don't want to go too crazy with this, and do not paint the sides. So I was at a paint party the other day, and the women were painting the sides, and it was getting so goopy and messy, and you just don't need it. The sides are too little. You'll never see them. And try to make sure you're painting nice, even strokes. You're not going to be wanting to go like this or anything. Nice, even strokes. It looks prettier. Don't try to goop it on either. I noticed that was another thing, that they were just putting too much paint on. You want to get better strokes. You need to just, you know, make sure it's even out. See, look. You'll see I have 0 lines in there. It is just flat and even. That is just going back and forth, making sure there's no bubbles in the paint. You know, just like I said, make sure you just put it on slowly, okay? And don't use as much as you think you need. Okay. Now, I'm going to come up here. We're going to mark off again. And doesn't have to be, hush. Hey, that's enough. It doesn't have to be. Hey, we're not barking inside. Sorry, she's crazy. Okay, that's too hot. Let's go for your white and just mark off wherever you want. It doesn't have to be perfect or in the same place, you know, wherever you want. And then we're gonna go in with the white. And same thing goes with the white, remember? Don't load that brush crazy amount. I mean, of course you wanna do it a little bit, but yeah, just get enough on there. And you'll see the way the wood is going to know which way to go. Like, see, I don't like the way it's looking this way, so I'm gonna go down instead. But also what I like to do is work the sides first. I like to get the sides, and you can go whichever way you want on that one, and then go back over whichever way you want your wood to go down, and you go in the same direction. It's just gonna give it a better look, I promise. I'm gonna go down. I hope everybody had a good spring break. I did. Well, I had a very lonely one. My babies are gone. Oh, there's a little piece in there. It was my spring break, but I'm a generous co-parent, so they don't see their dad that often. So, I mean, they just get every other weekend with him. So I told him, why not take mine, have a little extra time with them, and yeah, so they went to their dad's for a week, and that was nice, and it was great. I got a little break, but I don't really want breaks. I get so bored. Like, I don't know, without them, yeah, I'm totally bored. Okay, I'm gonna let this dry just a minute. And then we are gonna go in with our turquoise color next, and we're gonna paint this middle. So if you need to, you wanna paint faster, I have this little heater right here, but a lot of the times I like to use a blow dryer. So it just dries it faster. Don't get too close to it if you choose the blow dryer though. Don't get too close because it will bubble it up. Now, since I'm experienced, I'm gonna do this without tape, but I recommend after you dry these two places, well, see, this one can have tape over it. We're gonna really steady hand, so I can kind of go across and, but okay, we'll tape this one off, tape it at the edge there. You know, a good rule like I like to do, I like to pour the paint inside here instead of squirting it on there or using a paper plate. I always, if I'm dipping out of it, you know, because a lot of the times you end up wasting your paint if it's on a paper plate. This way I can pour it right back in the tube and you're not wasting. So, yeah. Now this one, you are going to need 2 coats. The turquoise is very light. Like I said, what we're going to do is we're going to go on the edges. Start with the edges first, get them all painted. And then we'll go all the same direction. And see, look, okay, you know what? I'm going to show y'all what I was talking about, how you shouldn't do. Okay. They're trying to get the paint on. Do you see, can you see that? How it's all bubbled up and it's going every which way? And then watch. Watch how I make it just flat. And it looks so much nicer. Can you see the difference in that of what I just did? Compared to that. Look, mine, that. Looks so much better when you're going with the same strokes. It makes all the difference in the world. So make sure you're doing that with anything you're painting. Always make sure you go in the same strokes. It's just because it's just a lot better. Here, I'm gonna go ahead and put the tape on that one. Why not? We are gonna let this guy dry for a second. Okay. Oh gosh, I swear this dog, she's so friendly, but if she's going to the dog park, she loves dogs and loves being around them all, but then if she sees them outside, she wants to bark and growl, and it's crazy. But she loves them when she goes to the dog park. You're crazy, right, Lolo? Don't be ugly. Don't be ugly. She's like, lady, listen. Okay, I'm gonna do my second coat. Now we're gonna like this one because this one's just a little bit easier to do than the other ones because, you know, this has tape, so it's gonna look a little more, you know, if you're one of those perfectionists like my mother, You are gonna love this piece. Okay, and see, look, I have stuff left over, so I'm just going to pour it back in here, and there you go, that is saving. Who doesn't like that? Okay, now, leopard. Okay, you're gonna get your brown. Now, with leopard, if you painted with me before, you know how to do leopard at this point. If you're new, just relax with it. None of it has to be perfect. It's whatever shapes you want. Everybody's leopard comes out different, and that's what I love. Everybody's is unique to them. My mom's leopard is different than mine. I see girls all the time that have this beautiful, beautiful leopard, and I love it. Okay. You're gonna go in with your brown color. Okay. And you're just gonna make shapes. Just shapes. I like to do mine close together, but not too close, because you still have to remember that you have your black outline. And these by no means have to be perfect, just go with them. As you can see, I'm going any shape. Okay. Let's let these dry a minute. Actually, while those are drying, there's no reason why we can't do stripes. Okay. I just eyeball it at this point. You're fine, Lolo. You can do your stripes any way you want, vertical or horizontal. That's what's so great about this. If you don't like the way these are facing, do yours different. It's gonna look fine any way you do it. That's what I love about this. You do it the way you want to. Okay, let's see. The blue is done, so okay, now let's take your black paint. I'm going to take it with just, you can use any one you want. You can use a big square one, a smaller square one, or a little round one. I'm going to use the round one though. But by all means, use whatever one you want. There's no wrong brush to put this on with. You just swipe it across anyways. Oh, she is pouting down there. Did I hear her just whining? You're okay. You don't. She's been outside all day long. She's only probably been in the last hour, and she just hates it. You know what? I'm going in with this one. The square. It'll cover more and it'll cover faster. Now the black one, same thing applies, you know. Big strokes with it. Don't want the paint to bunch up on you. Hush, you're fine. She is the most vocal dog I have ever had. Okay. Now, this one should be done, so I'm going to do my second coat. Black is easier to cover. It doesn't really show lines as much. Okay. I love this part. Oh, dang it. Isn't that like so satisfying? Love that part. Okay, now let's turn this sucker around and go back to our leopard, which our brown spots should be dry by now. So now we can put our second coat. And I did not even tell y'all which brush to use. I use a bigger one like this, a big round one. You can use smaller ones. It does not matter. Like, I'll show you what else you could use. You could do something like this. Something like this. It just does not matter. Leopard's easy. You just don't want to use a square one. Yeah, I dropped the ball on that one, dang it. Okay, now we're gonna pour this actually. Okay, we are gonna let this dry a second. I always like to lift it up a little more. Let that sucker dry. Actually, while that dries a sec, I'll be right back. I'm going to go get my glitter stuff. Okay. To go get my tulip glitter stuff. I love this stuff. I always use this when I'm doing my what's it called? Flowers. It's just so pretty. I love it. If I let you out, you cannot go park it. Everybody that runs by. Thank you. Now, I'm gonna go in with just a brush about this size.
Hey, Angel. You guys little manufactured videos, possibly a little
And
small view?
you're gonna create your own little sides. Just go with it. I swear you're not gonna mess up. Just make all kinds of squigglies or
Just remember body found in a pool, ice strip killer at Falls, Miami. This is a record of everything he's ever done.
Yeah, photos.
There's crimes. Did we release the photos to the press?
No,
Did he take for himself?
he has to.
Did we just hit the mother load?
No. We hit the motherfucking mother one.
okay.
The evidence just escaped far enough from mobile home. I just authorized an excavation of the back patio. I think there's something buried there.
What are we doing to find Neil Curtis?
I put his name in the automated system and notified the FBI.
Airports and all that?
Airports, train stations, bus lines.
Should track his credit cards.
Already done, along with the ATMs and bank accounts. That's for the tap on his home phone.
Seems you thought of everything.
Seems that way.
Okay.
Look, Maria.
No need to apologize. I don't require you approval to do my job.
I know.
I love doing leopard.
Well,
It always looks different every time, and I love it. Okay. Perfect. Okay, now we're gonna go do these flowers. Okay, I found the best way for the colors to really show up is to grab your white, okay? And do that first. I'm gonna give you all a few minutes to finish your leopard. I'm gonna let this top dry just a little bit more before I start doing some flowers. So you guys keep on going with that leopard. Okay. Now, let's see. What kind of brush are we gonna take? We're gonna take a smaller one like this. Okay, then we're gonna go in. We're gonna do just a circle in the middle first, okay? It doesn't matter if it's going into the other white. That's fine. You'll be able to see it. And do a petal. Do another petal. They can go apart too. These petals don't have to exactly meet in the middle, you see? They can be fat petals, they can be long skinny petals like this. It just Does not matter, however you like your flowers to be. Those are just a little bit bigger than this one, so I'm gonna just add a little bit more to him. Now this does not have to have perfect size or anything like that. And see, look, there's a bigger open area right there, because that is where we are going to go with the, what is that, the leaf, okay? We're gonna start with a point. Then we're gonna curve out and then curve back in, okay? Point, curve out, curve back in. Did you see? Point, curve out, curve in. Like a teardrop. Kinda. Point in, curve back in, okay? And then we are going to do one right here, okay? So same thing. Do a circle. Do a petal. Don't worry if your petal goes off the edge, it's just fine. Petal. This just helps the color whenever you're doing it white first. This is just helping the color to really shine through, because it would be hard to do pink over black and white abstract or pink over the blue or any color. Now this one, I'm going to give a curve to. Now don't overthink it. That's what I always tell everybody. Just go with it. If you have a piece of chalk, go grab a piece of chalk. Practice. That's what I used to do before I could do it freehand. Was go get a piece of chalk and draw it all out first. Those little curlies are so cute. They give it so much. Okay. Now we're gonna do one more, and I think I'm just gonna do a half guy here. Half circle. You could do a whole one on yours, it does not matter. And do a half circle. We're going to do another flower, remember? Point, curve out, and go in. Okay. Curve out and in. Point, curve out, and then curve in. Point, curve out, curve in. I swear, if you just don't think about it as much, and don't worry about it, and just go with it, comes out a lot better. Okay, we're done with that. Let's get this guy dried. Actually, I think this side is dry, so we will start out with the first one, which, where did that little child put my orange? There it is. Okay. I'm gonna do this purple one up here. Actually, what I would rather do is what I like to do is start off with the greens first. So take your green, and we are going to take I'm going to take just a skinny little one here. We're going to go over what you did. Okay. And you'll see why in a minute I choose to do the green first, because, well, I'll just tell you too, but you'll see it. I like to do that first because whenever you're doing the petals will go over it, and then it'll look like it's underneath it. So it's pretty cool. Make sure you cover up all your white lines. Perfect. And then go back over this little guy right here. Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, next, okay, we're gonna let this dry just a sec, okay? At least this flower. I want this one to dry first. The next thing, let me pour this back in here real quick. There we go. Okay, now the next, the brushes that I really like to use for the flowers, because they seem to cover with paint well, are these little round ones that if you went and got that brush set from Michaels, you'll have this in there. But I mean, you can go with the smaller one too. It does not matter. This is just the one that I like to use, okay? Now, I'm not filling in the yellow yet because it's just the same thing with the flower. Where all this meets, the yellow is gonna look better after all this is done. So just follow your white. like to follow the edge and go around. And if you get out of your white edge, that's totally fine, no big deal. Okay, did you see that? Did you see how it now looks like it's, hold on, we'll do this one. Now it looks like it's underneath it. It's perfect. Now this is gonna need 2 coats. So we'll let that one dry. And we are gonna move on to the next one. So I'm going to get out the orange paint here. And you're just gonna do the same things with your other paint. Okay, there we go. Got the orange one done. Let's get out the pink. Let's see if I have any more of my favorite brushes. I love those little things. Those big brown brushes are just, they're so awesome. Use them for so many things. So many different techniques. It's great. But yes, I got one more. Thank goodness. I've got to go buy another set of this. Alright. Oh gosh, I just love this fuchsia. It's so pretty. It doesn't matter if you cover up the middle either, because it'll just paint a red yellow dot anyways, okay? Okay, now after we did that, your purple should be dry, so go back over your purple again, okay? Should only need one more layer. Okay, sorry guys, I realized that it stopped recording, so I don't know where it stopped last time, but I think it was when we were just going over all these colors once again, and now we're letting it dry because we're going to do the yellow parts. So we're gonna let each thing dry. And then to do the yellow, you can do whichever brush you would like. If you'd like to do the small one or the big one, it does not matter. Either one will work. But yeah, you wanna make sure these are dry. Okay. Purple needs a little bit longer, but the orange is good. Okay. And then you're just gonna do a circle. Circle does not have to be perfect, and they're definitely going to need a second coat. So let's leave those here to dry real quick. And I'm going to go with the black because we're going to do a little squiggly here. Okay, just take a skinny brush like this, grab the black, And just do a little squiggly line. Just up and down. There we go. Look how easy that was. I'll show you up close what we did. Did just a little squiggly there just to separate those two. We're gonna leave that alone though. I don't want to do squigglies on those. Okay, these yellow center on that one's dry, so I'm gonna go ahead and give it its second coat. Now the yellow coats don't have to be perfect because they're gonna have black squigglies anyway, so we're gonna let that dry. Okay, now you're gonna grab your black again. Now you are going to go into, oh my gosh, that sounded so hick just then. Go into, sometimes I do. Okay, now we're gonna get a skinny brush. Okay, because we're about to, now on this part, I want you to remember that I want you to just go with it. Do not try to make this look perfect. I'm gonna show you an example right here, okay? Now, we're gonna go around the outside of this flower, okay? And you're just gonna get it and go, whoop. You're gonna just, if you need to practice this, just making little, because look, I don't want it to be perfect. You don't want edges, or you can do one swoop and then go down. But it's easier when you swoop it around, okay? Just go with your hand. Just keep practicing that, okay? And then, because I do not want this perfect at all. You know, that's what's so good about all my pieces is they're whimsical, so they're not gonna be perfect, okay? Now, we're gonna start with this, and we're gonna go around that guy, okay? Then we're gonna go around the flower, okay? Go around the flower. Doesn't matter if some are thicker. That's great, that's what makes it look more whimsical, okay? Okay. Go around the edge. Do that on all the petals. If it gets outside the purple, that's fine. I love it when mine get outside the purple. Looks more whimsy. Now we're gonna go through this guy. Boom. Give him some black. Oh, see, look, he went outside of it. I love it. Don't think about it. I promise it'll turn out better if you just go with it. Okay, now that I've got all these done, now I love to do inside these things, I give it a little twist. Start with a loop right here, we go, and we loop it around, and we twist. Don't think too much on it. Okay, now these, we're gonna loop. Hold on, I'm gonna put this up closer so you can see what I'm doing. Loop it. Just a half loop in, do you see those? This is where we're starting to give these little guys character. Just loop them. Okay. Remember, don't even think about it. Just go with it. Loop it. Freer your hand is, better. Here we go. Loop into those guys. Loop. Loop. Okay. Now, if your yellow is dry, do a little swirl in the middle. Start around the outside, swirl it in. You see that? Start on the outside and swirl it in. Okay, now we are done with our black. Now wash that paintbrush out because we're gonna use the same one. And this is where these guys start really getting personality to them, is when we go over all of that with white. Now, take your blow dryer and dry it. Mine, I have this heater going on it, so mine's getting dry. Now, we're gonna do little small strokes. Maybe just one side each, very light-handed. Very, very light-handed. We're not gonna go press down as hard as the black because I don't want it to completely cover the black. But look at this. Do you see? Do you see the little details, or I'm just doing little bitty? Like that side and that side. Boom, boom. You're really light-handed, like you're barely touching it. Okay? Look at that. How cute is that? Okay, same thing with this. Light-handed, just whoop. I love my little noises I've got for things. My kids laugh at me all the time. They're like, what did that sound like? Okay, remember, light-handed. Does not have to be perfect. Okay, look at that. Fun, fun. Now, you are done with the painting part. Now it is time for the even funner part. I love this part. Okay, I'm taking this guy. Exact same things you did with this. Now, this you want to remember. This is another thing that you just go with your hands. Now, I think the best look is when you do the entire flower with this. And I'm going to show you. I'm going to do the orange one now. I start with the petal first. I go one side, and look, I don't stop. I'll let it go. Okay? Then you're going to follow your swirl. Now, it doesn't have to be exactly on your swirl. Go with it. Okay. Now I'm going to show you how I'm going to do the entire flower without stopping, okay? And you just want to go with it. Boom. It gives it awesome look. Now you're going to do your swirlies. And then I save the yellow for last. And then we go over it and we do our swirl in the middle. So super easy, guys. I mean, okay, remember, we're gonna start with our flower first. We start with this edge, and then we're gonna go up and down. Same movement. Okay, watch how I do this purple one, okay? Starting right here. Keep going. Boom. Look at that. And once this stuff is dry, oh my gosh, what it does for this piece, it's unbelievable. And we do the inside edge. Okay, now we're gonna start with our green. Okay. Now that one we had to stop because it was a cut off piece. Same with this one. And then I'm going to go with this little black piece and do a squiggly across. You know what's going to also give these a little edge. Look. We go around the black just a minute. Look at that. Just every few ones. Just do a little squiggly. Or you could do every one. It doesn't matter. Whichever ones you want to do. And that will just give it just like an even more pop. If you want to put, what's it called on this? Little stones, you can. Now, what I recommend is those stones. Okay, it's a crappy process. I hate it, but it looks cool. I always get the glitter glue, squish a little bit on the back, and push it down. Now, in the heat, that will not stick. So once that dries, you have to flick it up with a knife, something like that. And then I get liquid nails, put it on the back of it, stick it back in its little hole again, and then it should stay on just fine. But that's a lot of work. But okay, you can already see this guy, his gold is coming to life. It's starting to, I would just let this dry in a spot. If you have cats like mine will walk on this, so put this up where they can't get on it because it will squish this in. If you have a space heater like I do, just leave it a little area away because it's coming over here and it's going to dry this guy in no time. I would not recommend doing this with the blow dryer because the blow dryer will make this start moving. Okay, so stay away from the blow dryers with this. If you have a space heater, that's the best, like I said, or just leave it out overnight. It'll be dry in the morning. You'll have a gorgeous product, and there you go, guys. This is your March paint along. I hope you had fun. Next month, actually, hold on, let me go get it for you. Oh my goodness. I'll show you the next one. Now, each person can do their pot different, but this will be the April paint along. Let me get this camera up a little more. This will be the April paint along, a cute little cactus. It'll be perfect for spring and summer. Everybody can paint different colored flowers on that one, make it their own, or paint a different color pot. So make sure you sign up for that one, and I hope you guys had fun and you learned something. Painting is so much fun. It's so relaxing. Make sure you tell all your friends to join each month. You can have, you know, paint parties, you know, one night, because you've all ordered this. I mean, it's super fun, and I really hope you learned something and you enjoyed this, and hopefully I see you next month. Bye.